Hello my friends, I'm just out here. Spring is broke and I'm planting a few things, planting some peas, some Swiss chard, some beets, checking out what's going on down here in my garden. 2 days ago everything was covered in snow, so you know they say as soon as the ground is thawed you can get your peas in, so that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, I'll take you along and show you just how easy it is to do your spring prep and planting in my raised beds with the soil mix I use and my methods of keeping mulch on it all winter. Just takes a minute and you're planted, and all you have to do for the rest of the summer is water and harvest. No fertilizer, no compost addition or anything. And when the summer's over, just reapply some mulch for the winter. But I won't keep talking, I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so with my raised garden method here, or what I do with my raised beds, spring prep and planting, super easy. I'm just going to make rows in the mulch that I use to cover it over winter. The mulch I'll leave on here all summer and replace in the fall. I'm just going to come through and make a row where I can direct sow some seeds. These will be rows of peas. There's some movable trellising that I'm going to put along these rows. Yeah, it's real simple. Just packing it down a bit so the wind doesn't blow it right back into the row I dug. Pull out any weeds you see, of course. Grass growing up in the sides here. It's easy enough to pull out. So you can either make holes the depth you want your seeds, go along like that. I just use a stick, or cut a groove. Larger stick would be more helpful right now, but it's fine. Cut a groove in here the depth you want it. Like drawing with a pencil or something. I find it helpful to run along horizontal at an angle. It drives the dirt to the side. And in a few seconds you have a trench for your seeds. You can drop your seeds in along there. So yeah, what I'm planting in here is some sugar snaps from the Heritage Seeds Company. Pretty good, quite a few in there. Yeah, it takes a minute to uncover it. Make some holes or dig a trench. A small trench, not a groove. Peas can be planted pretty close together. Try to keep them in a fairly straight line so I know where they are as they're coming up. And then just come through, cover them back up. rotten potato or something. Guess I could have left it in there. You can push them down a bit with your finger if they don't look like they're far enough in. This is what's good about this. Not making your beds any wider than 4 feet. You can easily reach into the middle from both sides. And just like that, super easy. No time at all from your bed sitting idle and protected from the elements with the mulch being planted in just a couple minutes. And of course, when you're planting seeds, water them in. These are peas, you got to kind of keep your eye on them too. As they soak up water, sometimes they float up through the soil. People think that the birds are eating them or rodents are getting at them or something, but they're actually just rehydrating and rising to the surface. And then maybe the birds and such will get them once they see them. But if you see that, you can just push them back down and they'll stay down the second time. So yeah, I'm just going to finish planting the seeds here and I'll show you what I've done. Alright, here's another raised bed. Like all my raised beds, I covered it with a nice thick layer of leaf and grass clippings as a mulch. I do that every fall and I don't have to fertilize or bring in compost or do anything. Of course, my soil mix also contains biochar, so that helps a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna, I got this in the camera. Got some Detroit dark red beets. I really like these for canning. Make excellent pickled beets. They grow very well. So I'll show you how quickly it is to go from your winterized raised bed, spring prep, and planting. So I'm just gonna fold back, row and mulch that I can plant into. I'll leave the mulch on the bed. Pack it down a bit and help it from blowing back into the hole. Wetting it down also helps. But if you're trying to conserve water, this is a great way too, because then you just have to water the thin, in this case maybe not so thin, strip you make where the seeds are. Yeah, all there is to it. You can remove, if you're planting something like carrots or something, I just take all the mulch off, but no, it's not going to work. I'm hitting the fence. So I just like to run a groove, the approximate depth you want to plant into. I got my beet seeds in here. Don't worry too much about spacing. Beet seeds in particular, or Swiss chard, the seeds are actually a cluster of seeds, so you're going to get, even if you space them all out apart, you're going to get plants growing together, which is actually no problem. I never thin them, so just put them out to whatever spacing you like. the soil back on top. I like to give them a little bit of a pat on top, too loose, so that when you water them they don't float back up through to make sure there's no mulch. Now of course birds and animals and such and the wind is going to move some of this mulch back on top, so you're going to have to come through and remove the odd bit until the plants are up and through, just so nothing stops the seedlings from popping up through. More than likely it wouldn't. It's really low maintenance, as you can see. Be finished, and that's it. That's spring prep and planting. How easy it is in a raised bed. I don't have to worry about amendments because my soil is mixed with biochar, and I use copious amounts of, not copious I guess, you can see for yourself, couple inch layer. It's packed down from the snow, but a couple inches of just normal leaf and grass mulch from mowing the lawn in the fall, and it provides nutrition for the microbes and food for the worms. Yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm going to continue doing this and I'll show you what I get at the end. Alright, so it only took me a few minutes. I have 4 rows of Detroit dark red beets. Really easy to do. And yeah, all I have to do now is water them in, pick any weeds as they come out, clear the leaves or anything that blow on top. But super easy. Go from mulching it in the fall to simply clearing a spot and planting in the spring. Don't have to add any fertilizers or compost or anything. Everything's good to go. What allows me to do this though is really the biochar mixed into the soil. If I didn't have that, my native soil would just clump back together into a mess. I have beds like that on the other side of the house. I should make a video one day. But yeah, here's some peas. I have some trellising, some mobile trellising. My brother was so kind enough to string together for me. Just weave some fishing line. It makes like an invisible trellis. You can tune it too. This one seems to be like a base. But so, got, what do I have here? 4 rows of sweet peas. I have yet to put in all the trellising and secure it, but I'll do that after. And 2 rows of Swiss chard. That's pretty much my first plantings. Across the way where my winter jacket is hanging. I got a couple rows of peas going where I have trellising, and then over in the back corner I got some more peas planted. Other than that, not much is going on out here, except well, you can see this, or I can focus in on this. This is my hascap. It's one of the first plants to wake up. I don't know if you can see the little green hairs all down the stem and buds forming. I really love these plants. And of course got some strawberries starting to pop up through the mulch. This bed's not looking all that great for strawberries, but it's very early, so it's only nearing the end of April. And like I said, 2 days ago there was snow everywhere. So pretty happy to have gotten some peas and beets and Swiss chard in the ground. And I'll work on what's coming out here next. But yeah, thanks for watching. If If you enjoyed this at all or found it interesting at all, please subscribe. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, whenever you watch this. Peace.